Welcome to all. I am Nitya, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, JJ College of Arts and Science, Pudukkottai. Today we are discussing the topic Programming in C++. First of all, we have to understand programming language. Language means we have to communicate some others. We know that languages we have to communicate peacefully. For example, our languages means Tamil, English, we have to communicate our own person. Our communication we have to peacefully. That's all. Programming language is also a communication language in our system. So we have to write our program in high level language. Then our programming language we have to convert our assembly language or low level language in our programming code. So today we are discuss programming language in C++. So we have to understand principles of object oriented programming. So principles of object oriented programming means we have to concept for 7 concepts we have to covered. That's called OOPS concept. OOPS means we have to cover this 7 concept. We have to included our program, that means called OOPS concept. They are objects, classes, data abstraction and encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, dynamic binding, and then finally message passing. First you have to understand object. Object is an entity. That means we have to declare our persons or place. We have to any other we have to represent it. So our name is also a object. So objects are a basic runtime entities. So we have to need object, then we have to access our class. Class means we have to declare some data or functions. So object is a entity. So the main concept of our OOPS program is a object. So object means the entity. We have to represent, we have to any data or data items we have to program to be handled. Then we have to discuss topic or concept classes. So classes means behavior of the object. That means the set of data and then code we have to object can be made. So we have to access our object, we need to class. So entire set of data and code of an object can be made in data types or help to of the class. So object or variable of the type class. So once we have to class been defined, we have to create any number of objects belongs to the class. So we have to create once we have to create our class, we have to any number of object to the classes belongs to the classes. The classes have to need and contain data items and data functions. That means member data and member functions in our program. Then next concept we have to discuss data abstraction and encapsulation. Data abstraction means we have to information to the outside world we have to define, because represent we have to need an information without presenting the details. We have to understand not. So we have to abstract our essential information. We have to define or hiding their background details. We have to represent need information without presenting the detail. That's not needed. So we have to data abstraction, we have to need then accept our data. So we have to cover our data abstraction concept. Then we have to encapsulation. Encapsulation means placing the data and in function we have to work the same place. While working the procedure language, it is not always clear which functions work on which variable. But our object oriented programming provides the framework to place the data and then relevant function together in the same object. So data abstraction and encapsulation, we have to accept our data and then we have to represent our data in the program. Then we have to useful tool in our OOPS concept, very important and useful way to drive our programs in the inheritance. So one of the most useful object oriented programming in the inheritance concept. Inheritance means we have to derive some classes. So what are the uses in inheritance? We have to code reusability and then reduces the code size. What do you mean by reusability? Reusability means our code we have to declare our classes. We have to class contain data items and member functions. So we have to get some data in our class. So one class access one data. We have to use other class with the same data is called reusability of code. So we have to access code. So we have to reduce memory size and line of coding to be also reduced. So inheritance concept names assisted inheritance is the process for forming a new class from an existing class. That is from existing class called base class. The new class is formed the derived class. So this is a very important concept of object oriented programming. So we have to since helps to reduce the code size. So inheritance is the best way to access object oriented programming. We have to reusability of code and then we have to reduce the code size, then we have to reduce the memory size in our program. That's all. Inheritance is very useful to our object oriented programming. Then we have to discuss polymorphism. The concept of polymorphism. The ability to use an operators or functions in different way in another word. Because we have to use our operators or function in a one way, we have to discuss the programming. But polymorphism, poly means many, morphism means we have to different way to different upon the usage of our functions or operator. So we have the ability to use operator or function in a different way and the different meaning. So we have to operate our process in the polymorphism. So poly means many, that is a single function or an operator functioning in many way to different upon the usage is called polymorphism. So we have to clear about polymorphism. Then we have to discuss dynamic binding, the concept of dynamic binding. Binding means we have to linkage a procedure call. So we have to execute responded to the call. That means we have to call some functions, we have to execute, then we have to execute, then we have to associate given the procedure. So not until the same time of the call at the runtime. So dynamic binding, we have to execute our responded code in our runtime processing. So dynamic binding is also known as the binding means coded associated with the given procedure call. So dynamic binding, we have to execute a responded code in our procedure call. That's all. Then we have to finally discuss the concept of message passing. A message means we have to invoke or we have to deliver our user outputs. So message passing means we have to request some execution of the procedure. So that's all. So invoke a function receiving object then generate the desired result. So message passing means we have to invoke a function in the receiving object, then we have to generate the desired result. So message passing involves specifying the name of the object or functions. So we have to send some information in the user. So we have to discuss message passing. We have therefore invoke the function and receiving the object we have to generate desired result. That's all. So today we have discussed 7 OOPS concept clearly in our processing, in our object oriented programming. So it's clear. So we have to finally thank to discuss the topic today. We very thankful for your responsible and cooperation. Then we have to discuss various topic in our various way. So thank you very much.